Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. And the uploading drama continues to YouTube. I'm just going to have to upgrade my Wi-Fi. But we're going to get these out as much as we can. We're going to do them every single day. It is Monday, March 7th, 2016, and it's time for another pocket dump deconstruction. That's right. What you're looking at right now is what I just posted to my Instagram 7 minutes ago. The Instagram is at Keith Kevin Ken. The name of the channel is the same name as the Instagram. Why don't you join the feed on the Instagram? I post, early in the morning and until late at night, about 4 to 5 knife-related photos. So why don't you join the feed there? But right now, let's talk about the deconstruction of this pocket dump. This is my carry. This is the EDC for this Monday morning. And it always starts out with a wonderful Cuban cigar. Not always Cuban, but always handmade. Oh, man. I really like the Sancho Panza. I do. It's just a great taste, wonderful smoke. That cigar is to celebrate the end of the day. It's a Monday. It looks like spring has just sprung open here in the East. We're looking at, mid-60s and probably 70s for the rest of the week. So that's good. Good to see come in, and I'm going to celebrate the end of Monday with that cigar and with the scotch that I have here. We always celebrate every single day. I know. I'm talking about the date and the day. You guys might watch this a week, a month, a couple of years from now. But I just want you to know that here on the Keith Kevin Ken channel, whenever you watch it, we will still, whenever you watch it, we'll be posting another deconstruction the next day, okay? Every single day. I just replaced my coin because after I took the picture from Instagram, I picked it up to see what year it was so that I was correct. And then I turned on the phone to do this and I didn't have it in place. So anyway, that is my 1 ounce silver coin of today. It is the Zambia. Let me see. It's from, there we go. It's from 2002. It's the Zambia African Wildlife Elephant Coin. They do a series of elephant coins. This is one of the earlier ones. And that's for my good luck. Just like my grandfather always had a silver dollar in his pocket for good luck. Just like my grandfather, I love knives. He loved knives, and he really loved guns as well. I love knives. The watch is one of my regular rotation. I love just a mechanical Rolex. Thin, you wind it up, needs no technology. None, okay? Never goes out. It's a perfect watch. I really love it. It's nice to start a Monday on for me because it just makes me feel good. That's it. All of this just makes me feel good. This entire pocket dump just makes me feel good. The wallet is one of my Mont Blanc thin wallets. The pad is from Smithson from the UK, which I just love all of their stuff. So now let's talk about the knives. And trust me, there's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. There'll be 11 knives on the table when we're done. But this is the deconstruction. Oh, man, I love the Spyderco squarehead. You know, we talk a lot about tag knives. And a lot of time when we do, I'm talking about Serge Pachenko and his collaboration with Spyderco on the tags. And they're like dog tags. They are the size of a dog tag. It's wonderful to wear around your neck, these knives. I use them as my keychain knife. I always have a keychain knife. It makes up my knife. I just have a silver loop and 3 keys. The squarehead is another Spyderco knife. They came out with this after they released the 3 collaborations with Serge. And this is really a nice knife. Here's the difference between this and the other Spyderco tag knives. Listen. That's a lock, buddy. Yeah, they have a frame lock right here. It is a frame lock. So you lock it in. So this really does great work. I have to look at this. Yep, that's what I thought it was. S30V steel. Great steel. Man, that big, it has a big, actually, for the size of the knife, a big spidey hole to open. Man, and it has a wonderful lock there. You can really get some work in. And my keychain knives, I work in an office, folks. I'm not in the field. So for the most part, this is what I use to cut open a cigar, to do mail, to do a lot of things. This is the knife that people see all the time when I throw my keys on the desk or on the bar. Oh man, this is really nice. Squarehead Spyderco S30V steel. Look, with a back lock. Mostly they're slip joints when you see a tag knife, not this one from Spyderco. I really like that. One of my favorite carries as a keychain knife. Doesn't scare anyone. In fact, people love to play with it, but very effective. Good steel. It's stone washed as well, so it hides all kinds of things. Ah, I love it. I really love it. And it locks. And that spidey hole is big enough, at least for me, I find myself actually putting my finger in it to do the cutting. Oh man. Has a little bit of jimping too right here. It's a real nice knife. It's really nice. If you see it, if you want a keychain knife or a neck knife, this is a nice small neck knife that you need in a pinch. The squarehead, Spyderco squarehead, is something to look at. Now let me tell you, the thing that really influenced my pocket dump this morning, and as you guys watch more and more of these, you'll see that I'm influenced by a number of things. I got a comment from a viewer who said they're saving up for a knife and they're looking at either a Hinderer or a Strider, and do I have any comments about that? I'm going to talk more about that when we're done, but needless to say, the Hinderer made it into today's carry. I came out after reading that early morning and started playing with the Hinderers and the Striders. So the Striders, I gave it away, is the big knife that got away. I also want to talk about the Hinderers. There's a Strider, is a medium knife. We'll talk about Hinderers and Striders at the end of this because those are the knives that got away. But this one did not. Oh man. Hinderer XM-18. I'll tell you, the Hinderers confuse me with names. XM-18, I get a bigger knife like a Skinner. You'll see that later on. And I called it an XM-24 because I thought it was. Nah, still an XM-18. Really nice knife though, isn't it? Man, this is nice. This is my favorite, really one of my favorites. It has a gray G10 with some texture. It has this jimping right here. It's so nice and small. Look at it. Even in my hands, oh, I just really love it. Flips like a dream. That's one thing that the young man asked me. He said, hey, I'm hearing that there are a lot of problems with Hinderers. And I'll tell you, yeah, some of the earlier ones, the flipping action sucked, plain and simple. And so you'll see a lot of YouTube folks, you'll see a lot of reviews online talking about how the Hinderer doesn't flip. Well, folks, okay, that was me. Not the Hinderer, not the Hinderer, that was me. Folks, is it flipping? This flips wonderful. The newer Hinderers, they got it. They heard you. They know they had a problem. They're flipping nice now, at least the ones I have. Now, some of you comment below if you got a new Hinderer and it still has flipping problems. I love the pivot, that simple pivot where you just get an edge of a coin and you can do some work on it. I just really love it. Full tie. I love the extension block right there that's hidden underneath the pen. I love that Hinderer sells a lot of accessories. You can put skull heads and snakes and all kinds of things. Take off this clip and put all kinds of different colors and everything else. I really like the Hinderer. I like their philosophy, and it's an S35VN steel, S35V steel. I think it's VN. Oh, just really wonderful. That's my Hinderer carry for the day. It's a Hinderer. Oh man, is that nice? XM-18 Hinderer. We'll talk about the knife that got away and answer my friend's question that he asked me as well. And then the large carry. You know, I actually did a special collection of my large Sebenza 21s. I don't know how many we ended up with, but a bunch. The desk was filled with them. Haven't had a chance to upload it yet. And I found out because I had to use my other phone, I didn't put the mic in as tight as possible. So I'm still debating. It's a rather long video, whether to do it again just because of the sound or not. But man, there's a lot of large Sebenza 21s. Once I straighten out this uploading problem, you'll get that special collection video. Again, folks, now's the time to subscribe, become a part of our family. Not only do we do these deconstructions where we play with at least 4 knives every single day, I also release smaller collection videos. If you don't want to miss that Chris Reeve large Sebenza video that has about 16 knives in it, this was one of them. And in the video, I mentioned that it's just a perfect EDC and that I haven't carried it much. And so I played with another large knife that I was going to carry, and I told people I was going to leave this on my desk to look at, and I did. It is the Marcarta inlaid large Sebenza 21, of course, from Chris Reeve. And this really lives up to the name Sebenza. Sebenza is work in Zulu. And man, oh man, is this a wonderful knife. Number one, I love the Marcarta. I love the look of the inlaid knives. Chris Reeve inlaid knives means 3 straps, whether it's Marcarta or some kind of wood or nowadays carbon fiber. That's when you know it's inlaid. On the lock side, it's one side, and then of course the lock is free for that integral frame lock of Chris Reeve's. Oh man, I just love it. I also love the inlays, but especially the Marcarta inlay, because you see how it comes out from the titanium? It comes out from the titanium base just enough that it helps fill your hand with it. Oh man, it's so nice. And then of course, I found these combo blades that I didn't even know about. S35V, that's what the modern Sebenzas are. These combo blades, half serration and half plane. I just hadn't seen Chris Reeve with serrated blades before, and I love how he handles them. Not a lot of serration, but just enough to get it done. That's why I think it's a perfect EDC. I know, serrated blades aren't the most popular, but I like these on an EDC knife. I love the combination. You get the plain blade and you get the serrated that helps you with whether it's rope or cable or whatever, just cuts a lot better. I really like this knife. This is the large Chris Reeve Sebenza 21 Marcarta inlaid. Perfect EDC to do a lot of Sebenza, a lot of work, especially with that combination, half serrated blade and a half plain blade. So I'll put it here. So let's talk a little bit about my friend asking me, they're saving up, oh God bless them, to either get a Hinderer or a Strider. So let's talk about the Hinderers. This is my smaller one. This is the carry. My guess is when he's talking about a Hinderer, he's probably talking about a bigger one. This is my Skinner. It is still an XM-18. On some of my videos, I introduced the Skinner. Look how smooth. My newest Hinderer knife, and call it XM-24 just because it was bigger. But it's not. It's the XM-18, and he talks about it. So let's address some of the problems. This is a huge hunk of blade. You see how much S35 VN that is? S35V. It's a big hunk of blade. That Skinner shape, that profile, it flips like a dream. Okay, these are the newer ones. They flip. That usually is the biggest problem that people have. No one complains about the wonderful look of it, the feel of it, but the flippers just didn't flip. They do now. So to me, if you want a flipper, go with the Hinderer. If you don't want a flipper, you don't care, then there's Striders. This is the knife that got away from me from the medium. I came out and the first thing I did was grab two of my favorite Hinderers and Striders. I have to tell you that my favorite is that smaller Hinderer. I just love it. I love the gray. Man, I just love the gray. I love it. This is my medium knife. I love it as a medium knife. It flips like a dream. It's light. It's just a perfect knife. And then this, actually, for me, is my favorite Strider. It's the Strider SJ75. It's a smaller Strider. Oh, man. It's a medium Strider. It's beautiful. Mine, of course, has that green. Man, I think it's smooth G10. It's just wonderful with that tie back and that lock. Look at the blade profile, and it's carved all the way up the spine. It's a wonderful Strider. It is a wonderful Strider. But my guess is when he's talking about Strider, he's not talking about my two favorites, the small Hinderer. When he's talking about Hinderer versus Strider, and my smaller Strider, the SJ75 with the S35V steel. Both of them have S35V steel. I think he's talking about a Strider like the SMF. Ugh. Man, does it do work. Ugh. Or the SNG. Ugh. Man, these are just... I told you how I was introduced to these Striders. Friend of mine said, hey man, come to the garage, we're going to do some work, we need some heavy duty knives, and my knife has given out. So we went, and I said, I heard about Striders, we got some Striders, and man, we did some real work with these things. So I came back and had to add them. SMF the bigger, SNG the smaller. So here's my thing about this choice. You're saving up for money. You want to choose which one right now, because maybe later you'll decide to get both of them. I love both knives. I think they're heavy duty. I think they're wonderful in the hand. I think they're great in the pocket. I think they can handle any task. To me, if you want a flipper, get a modern Hinderer. Now, if you're going to get a used one, don't. Get a one that in the last year or so, like these two, that flip like a dream. Hinderer heard the flipping problems. And as far as I'm concerned, the Hinderers that I purchased and a couple of my friends have purchased flip like a dream now. Now, if you have other issues, hey, add to the community, make a comment, let us know. Newer ones. We know about the past problems. And let's help this guy in our community. Here's what I would say. If you want a flipper, go with the Hinderer. You can't go wrong. You just can't. If you don't care about a flipper and you kind of don't, it doesn't matter, go with the Strider. To me, the only difference is whether you want a flipper or not, because these two are premium knives, and you're lucky to have either one of them. Hey man, You know who you are. When you do buy it, comment to me on this channel and let us all share in your joy, okay? And thank you for asking the question. Now, I talk about my squarehead knife. Of course, this is the knife that got away as far as my keychain carry. It's another one of my copas. Yes, I have 16 out of the 17. Yes, I have nightmares about the blue turquoise that I cannot find that would complete the set. Only 16 of each knife. Each of the 17 knives are only 16. They're very exotic. This is just a simple pearl. Simple pearl. Don't you love it? Simple pearl inlay. VG10. They all have the same profile. That strong back lock. It is a dressy and perfect carry. But I wanted to go with the square head today. I just fell in love with it. I wanted to get a Spyderco for the carry since it wasn't in the large or medium, and I went with that. Now, I have to tell you, we talk about really the knife that got away was this Strider SJ75. Instead, I picked the Hinderer that I love, XM-18. I just brought out my Skinner because I love it. And I wanted to show a bigger knife than just that one in our discussion for a friend. But the knife that got away, instead of the Sebenza combo, oh, paramilitary. Can you go wrong with a paramilitary? A Spyderco paramilitary? No. Made in the USA. It's one of the Spyderco knives made in Colorado. It's just perfect. It has their compression lock, which is, and look, butter. I just bought this about 6 months ago. I'm recording this in 2016, and look how, it's just butter. Oh, I love that compression lock. Everything's perfect. It's a perfect EDC knife. And this is the blurple part, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the blurple. Spyderco is doing this great thing, and it's for production knives. They're more famous, more popular knives. If you find them in G10, there's blurple G10. The steel has been upgraded to S110V. CPM S110V. Now, I tell you, I'm not a steel genius, but I do know that if S35V is great, S110 is a super steel, and it is. Those are production. This isn't a Sprint Run limited edition. So if you see blurple, that bluish purple, then that's an upgraded knife, and I'm trying to catch all the upgraded knives. They also have done the Manix. This is the Manix 2. It's been upgraded. This is not the blurple G10. It's a dark FRN fiberglass reinforced nylon, but it does have the S110V steel. It has been upgraded. They just released the carbon fiber, not the carbon fiber, sorry, the blurple G10 version of the Manix 2, and I'm going to look at getting that too. Hey, upgrade your knives. S110V, they're not upgrading the price either. They're just doing their regular line, and these are production knives. These are not the Sprint Runs. And then the last one that I have, again, it's not the blurple, it's the lightweight FRN. Oh, it's the Native. Again, one of their popular knives, and they've upgraded it to S110V steel. And the price is right, and it's a production knife. It is not, I don't know what just happened. Oh, my knife, my old hands just gave out on me. Oh, it's the Native S110V. Pick them up. I can't wait until they get the blurple as well, because I'm going to get my 110, their production. I can't wait. I'm going to pick up a blurple of the Manix, and I'm going to pick up a blurple of the Native. But you should upgrade your knives too if you can, okay? Catch it and grab it. It's S110V steel. This isn't April Fool's. Trust me on it. There you have it. Oh, I told you, I have a bunch of knives. I want to give you my thinking for the pocket dumps. I know it's a little different than most pocket dumps, but hey, I have my 4 cases. They're open early in the morning. I want to give you the full story. But there you have it. Today's carry, obviously the cigar, the coin, and my flask with scotch in it. But today's carry, I also want to talk for my friend about the Hinderer Strider, Hinderer versus Strider. Flip it, go with the Hinderer. If it doesn't matter, I'd go with the Strider. Big, strong knife, but you can't lose with either one. Modern Hinderer, last year or so, they flipped like a dream. My pocket carry is the Reeve large Sebenza with the combo blade. Also the XM-18, the small Hinderer flipper. I told you, it flips like a dream. And the squarehead, the Spyderco squarehead. Hey, that little knife right there that I'm going to use as a keychain knife that you could put around your neck or whatever. It's like a dog tag size. Man, it has S35V steel, and it has a lock, a back lock to it. I call it back lock. They call it a frame lock. It's a frame lock in the back, okay? So it'll lock up for you too. It's a great little knife. There you have it. Hey, why don't you thumb this up if I'm going in the right direction. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're going to, I don't know, let's get everyone together to hit that subscribe button so that we can build our community. Don't forget the Instagram is @KeithKevinKen. Have a perfect day. Keep those pockets really full. Thank you. Bye-bye.